Hey guys, it's Harley Wood here. I've got an unboxing of a new flashlight that I just got. I am kind of a self-admitted flashlight junkie, so I've got several all over the house. Love flashlights. So this is another Olight. It is the M18 Maverick. Let's go ahead and unbox it and show you what we've got. So the M18 looks very similar to the S10 and the M10 that I reviewed last week. I'll post a link to those videos right here. This takes two CR123 batteries though, whereas the other lights only take one. So it takes either two CR123s, and you would put them in this sleeve because this also has the ability to take these 18650s without the sleeve. The nice thing about the 18650s is they are rechargeable. So see, backwards. So you see one 18650 or two CR123s. I like the flexibility of being able to use either of those. Other than that, the functionality of this flashlight in the way that the tail cap button and the barrel button functions is exactly the same as it was on the M10 Maverick. You've got different light modes, and there's low. There you can see it's going through the different modes. This, in the setup that I've ordered it in, when you order, you can order the flashlight by itself, but this setup is actually designed for a weapon mount. You can see it comes with a pressure switch, and then it also comes with a Picatinny rail. It's an offset mount. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get the AR-15 out. That is what I bought this for, with the intent of putting it on the weapon itself. So let's go ahead and get the weapon out and get it mounted. Alright guys, here we've got the AR-15 pulled back out. You can see I already have a light on here. This is a very, very cheap knockoff light of a Surefire or something like that. It's called an Ultrafire. I do already have an offset Picatinny rail mount, but this light I believe was 11, 12 bucks, and I just don't feel safe with the reliability of it. It is extremely bright. It claims 1,000 lumens. I would challenge that if I had some way of measuring it, but it also takes CR123 batteries or the 18650. I just don't trust it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Olight on, and we'll swap this out. Alright, we've got the other mount off, and I've got the Olight mount screwed onto there. You can see that it comes with these padded inserts here. It's very simple to take on and off, as opposed to this one where you have to take out all of these hex screws in order to get the light out of the mount. This one has a simple screw here that opens up the swivel mount. So let's go ahead and get the light put in there. Alright, so I guess this adapter, or this mount here with the pads in it, are intended for several different flashlights perhaps, because as you can see, I cannot, with those pads in there, I cannot clamp this down enough to engage the bolt on here and get it to lock in. Since it comes with this piece, that's kind of surprising to me, but maybe Olight uses it for a variety of other flashlights. So I think I'm going to have to, and it comes with all these replacement pads in the pack also. So I guess I'm going to have to pull these pads out of here. They're just stuck in there. I guess I'm going to have to pull those out in order to get this flashlight to mount in here. Alright, so I took the pads out and have this screwed all the way down, and now it has no ability to clamp down on it. So let's try putting one pad back in and see if we can get this thing to lock down. Alright, there we go. So you can see I have one of the pads on the bottom, no pad on the top, and now it locked in perfectly. So, I don't know, come on Olight, kind of chintzy, but at least you know that when you buy this, you do have this mount available for other flashlight options, especially since they send you so many of these extra pads. You'll have no problem mounting other flashlights in here that may be smaller than the 1-inch diameter of this actual flashlight. So let's go ahead and get it put back on the weapon and see what we got. Alright, there we go. So now we're mounted up on the weapon. Tail cap is good. There's my brightness adjustment. Cool. Let's put the pressure switch on and get that affixed to the weapon here. Alright, so I haven't taped the pressure switch on yet. It's still hanging here free just because I want to see where I'm going to end up wanting it. It does have a pretty firm pressure threshold that you have. You have to apply quite a bit of pressure to get this thing to light up. It's probably going to work right about there. Now, one thing is, this does not come with double-sided tape in the package, so you are going to have your own double-sided tape. Keep that in mind before you go to put this thing on. I believe I have some, so let me go grab it and we'll get this thing. The light on the left here, the ultralight, claims to be 1,000 lumens. It's at full power right now. The Olight is 500 lumens, and I don't know if you can really tell this on camera. It's got a much wider beam, but it's also much, much brighter. I just put a brand new battery in both of them. I had fully charged 18650s, so it is a true apples to apples comparison. Again, the claims that these cheap Chinese knockoffs make, I just don't trust this bulb. So that's why I went with something that I felt would be a little bit more reliable. One thing I've discovered that I don't really care for utilizing this pressure switch is that if you want to change the brightness setting on the actual light, you have to do more of a two-handed process. When you had the tail cap button on here, you could turn it on and then adjust the brightness using the barrel button. Now, and that could be a one-handed operation. You click it on and you adjust using the barrel button. Now I have to hold this on, bring my other hand up, and manipulate the barrel button to change the settings. Not a huge fan. So we'll see. I may end up going back to the tail cap switch. I'll take it to the range, use it a little bit, and see where I end up. Take a look at this. I was reading the instructions, and this also has a strobe functionality with the pressure switch. If you hit it 3 times, it goes into a strobe mode. So that's pretty cool and innovative. And you hit it just one time, and it stays on its normal settings. All right, guys, there it is. The Olight M18 tactical kit comes with its own pressure switch. The light itself is 500 lumens. If you remember in my previous video where I did the S10 baton, the S10 was 320 lumens. The M10 Maverick was 350 lumens. So now we're up to 500 lumens with this one. The pressure switch, one thing I do have to say though, is a lot of the cheap pressure switches that you get from companies like this this does have a pressure switch that comes with it. It's laying around here somewhere, and it's very cheap construction. The whole reason I never even put it on is because I was worried about all of the connections right here coming apart. I don't have this worry with this one. As you can see, it's very, very well put together. The tail cap switch itself is pretty thick, or excuse me, the pressure switch is pretty thick. So that's a good quality construction on the actual components. So that's it, guys. This is the M10 Maverick with the tactical setup. A little bit of hiccup with the actual mount itself, having to take one of those pads out of there. I'm sure Olight uses this mount for several other applications, so can't fault them for trying to keep their costs down and have one solution for multiple systems. I'll post a link below to where you can pick this up for yourself. Questions or comments, post them below, and thanks for watching.